I stopped using toilet cleaner after trying this. And that sounds crazy until you understand what actually keeps toilets dirty in the first place. For years, I did what everyone does: bought the strongest cleaner on the shelf, poured it into the bowl, scrubbed hard, flushed, and hoped the stains wouldn't come back. And every single time they did. That's when I realized something important. The problem wasn't the cleaner. It was the way I was cleaning. Think about how toilet cleaners work. They burn fast, smell strong, and promise instant results. And yes, they make the bowl look clean for a moment. But a few days later, the ring is back. The smell creeps in again, and you're scrubbing all over. That's not cleaning, that's repeating the same cycle over and over again. The turning point came when I stopped focusing on the bowl and started paying attention to the water. Because every single thing that touches your toilet bowl comes from one place: the flush. That water isn't clean water. It's water that's been sitting in a tank, collecting minerals, bacteria, and residue. And every time you flush, you're washing that straight into the bowl. Once I understood that, everything changed. Instead of pouring chemicals into the bowl, I started treating the water before it ever touched the porcelain. And what I used wasn't a toilet cleaner at all. It was something most people already have at home and would never think to use this way: baking soda and white vinegar, used the right way, in the right place, at the right time. Here's what I did. I stopped scrubbing for a moment and lifted the toilet tank lid. Inside, I saw exactly what I expected: cloudy water, a thin film on the sides, and mineral residue slowly building up. That tank was feeding dirt into a clean bowl. So instead of fighting the symptom, I treated the source. I poured a cup of white vinegar directly into the toilet tank, not the bowl. Then I added half a cup of baking soda. Immediately, the fizzing started. But this wasn't for show. That reaction was breaking down mineral buildup inside the tank, loosening residue, and neutralizing bacteria. I let it sit for about 15 minutes without flushing. That waiting time was key. When I finally flushed, something subtle but important happened. The water entering the bowl felt different, cleaner, fresher. It didn't leave streaks. It didn't leave residue. It just flowed. And that's when I realized this is what toilet cleaner was never doing. Over the next few days, I noticed changes that made me stop buying toilet cleaner completely. The bowl stayed clean longer. The ring didn't come back. The smell never returned. And I wasn't scrubbing. The toilet was staying clean on its own because every flush was helping instead of hurting. This works because baking soda and vinegar don't just clean, they reset. They remove buildup instead of coating it. They don't leave sticky residue that attracts new dirt. And because they work gently, they don't damage porcelain, seals, or internal parts when used correctly. Now here's the part that makes people pause. This isn't about never cleaning again. It's about cleaning smarter. Once a week, I repeat the tank treatment. Once every couple of weeks, I do a light bowl clean if needed. That's it. No harsh chemicals, no burning smell, no constant scrubbing. And let me be clear, I am not saying toilet cleaner doesn't work at all. I'm saying it works the wrong way. It cleans after the damage is done. This method prevents the damage from happening in the first place. What surprised me the most was how much time this saved. Cleaning the toilet used to feel like a chore I put off. Now it's something I barely think about. And once you experience that, it's hard to go back to the old way. There are a few important rules to follow. Never mix these ingredients with bleach or chemical cleaners. Always let the tank sit before flushing. And don't overdo it. More is not better. Consistency is what keeps the system balanced and clean. The biggest lesson here isn't about vinegar or baking soda. It's about understanding how dirt forms. Most people attack the bowl because that's what they see. But the smartest cleaning happens where you don't see it. That's why I stopped using toilet cleaner. Not because I wanted to be different, but because I finally understood how toilets actually get dirty. And once you understand that, you don't scrub harder, you clean smarter.